How to relax and stop freaking out as intense energy rises. Lots of terror and intense emotions coming up. Like a part of me is very frightened of it, and I just can't relax it. Yeah, Scott. So this is not uncommon at all. I think it's quite a natural response for this sort of energetic phenomena to take place within the body, and then for us to become afraid, confused, to want to sort of grip, if you will, in an emotional way, gripping, clinging, fighting. Not uncommon at all. I think firstly, honoring those responses. This is your body trying to keep itself safe, try to keep itself in a familiar, comfortable place. And I think that should be recognized and appreciated. Say, okay, thank you, body. I see you're looking out for me. I appreciate that you're on guard, you're on lookout. Okay. However, body, mind, let me bring you up to speed here. This is a process. It's known, it's safe. Others are talking about it, others have experienced it. It's going to work out. We can relax here. So have this type of conversation with your body. This can help. Also taking note of where you are. So for example, if you are in your room, you're safe, you're in bed, taking note, I'm safe here. What could happen that could be so harmful or dangerous to me? I'm laying in bed. I'm just having some sensation, some emotion, some energy moving through my body. I'm going to be okay. So reassuring yourself that you're safe, this can help as well. I had a mantra, which was just let her have her way with you. And by her, I was referring to the Divine Mother Shakti. So this is the way that I relate with it. So I just said, you know what? This has gotten to the point where I don't know what's happening anymore. I'm I'm done trying to figure it out. Just have your way with me. Do whatever you want. If that means even that I, evaporate, spontaneously combust, then so be it. Because I'm done fighting. I'm done resisting. And in doing so, I was taken care of. Not, I didn't spontaneously combust. I was taken care of. Um, so it's not a problem here to be afraid and whatnot. I think it's natural. It's normal. However, with proper context, with proper understanding, we can move into states where we are able to cooperate a bit more. And you'll note also, if you look at your past, you'll likely, maybe not, I don't know too much about your journey, but many of us here, if we look in the past, we can say, okay, things did work out for me in certain previous experiences. I've got a lot of evidence to show that I am safe, that I can trust this experience. So, like that, we sort of build a body of evidence that we can pull out and reference when we are feeling doubtful, skeptical, afraid, and whatnot. Scott, I see you unmuted yourself. Did you want to add something there?
Yeah. What it is, I've been in addiction recovery for 15 years, and the last few years I've been doing work around my childhood trauma. But before I come into doing the childhood trauma work, I was practicing Kundalini Kriya Yoga every day intensely. I was trying to force it. I was trying to push past blockages in myself. To be honest, I didn't realize what I was getting myself into. It was all done with the ego. And then when it was like dissolving, intense stuff was rising, coming up, I was like, fuck this, I don't want this. And I've been doing some work with Aaron Camp the last few months. And he's
Nice.
been saying, open, relax, let go. And what happened, what come up for me was I had a nasty drug overdose when I was 16 on amphetamine and ecstasy. And I thought I was having a heart attack and dying. I thought I couldn't breathe. So every time I have intense emotions that come up to be processed or the energy wants to rise, it like re-traumatizes me from that overdose I had. It's like, oh my God, I'm dying again. I can't, it like reactivates that. So I've been doing some work around that and allowing the energy to move, But I do have experiences of expansiveness, just the black void of nothingness. And I have experiences of now I'm trying to get this part to relax when this is happening, when the intense emotions and energy coming up. But at the minute, it's like a bit of a battle. It doesn't
Sure.
trust it. It doesn't trust that I'm okay. And I watched a lot of stuff before I started practicing Kundalini about people saying it's dangerous, it's going to ruin your life. So I think I got all those fears in my head as well. Yeah, that's where I'm at with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and this makes perfect sense. You've got a lot of awareness around what's unfolding within you, especially with throughout the past. And Aaron Camp is fantastic as well for those who aren't familiar, I just recently did an interview on my podcast. Check it out. Brilliant, brilliant. Such an open heart. So honoring the part of you that comes up that's afraid, remembering some of your prior experiences, soothing that part. In my understanding, if previous traumatic experiences surface, if we don't allow them to be properly held and released, then it turns into a re-traumatization experience. However, if we establish safety and we go through those experiences and we see them through, we allow them to sort of unravel, then it's not re-traumatization, then it's integration of prior trauma. So at your own pace. So there's no rush here. Not that you've made a mistake. I think none of us came into this process knowing what we were getting into, myself included. But in the past, you did a lot of, you could say, pushing, trying to get things ahead. That's great. So now you can take the opposite approach and just say, okay, I'll be a bit more gentle. Talk to your body and say, okay, at your own pace, bring those things up and I'll hold it for you. But whenever you're ready. So you kind of have this relationship with your body as if you're your own therapist, you're your own sort of parent or guardian, whatever it would be. And that can allow things to kind of unfold naturally in its own pace. One thing that I've been thinking about lately is not to compare you or anybody to an animal, but bear with me here. If we get a rescue animal from the street that was abused, that was neglected, we bring it home to our house, we know that our home is safe. We know we're not going to hurt it. But we don't go and sit with the dog or the cat and say, hey, you're safe, relax, relax, relax. We just say, okay, whenever they're ready, they'll figure out that they're safe. And then we just kind of do our thing. And eventually, and we hear these stories all the time, one day you wake up and the dog is like cuddling with you or something like that. It's like, finally it realized I'm safe. We can't force that. It has to happen at its own pace. So in the same way, the little rescue animal within us, we could say, hey, you're safe, but take your time as you figure it out. And so that's something to consider as well.
Yeah, I've been very intense for myself, see, and I'm slowing it down. And Aaron's doing the top down with me now. So he's like, now it's relaxed, now it's open, now it's ground. None of this pushing anymore because it's already awake. You've already woke. Because I'd be waking up in the middle of the night, Grant, like this, because the energy would shoot up and it'd be vibrating me, and I would like gasp and panic, and it was really intense. And I'd have sleepless nights, pounding headaches with vibrations in my head. Couldn't walk for days on end. Couldn't eat. Couldn't sleep. Yeah. But it has calmed down. I think I'm integrating now and opening, and
yeah, it sounds like it. Yeah, keep going in this direction, and there's no rush. There's really no rush. And know that even during periods where it seems like no progress is being made, behind the scenes, lots of things are happening. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you. Okay.